So the stick sprite and was in the area. I think that's the last part of line that we saw within the area. And then they stay in the area for more than 2 days. And they moved on again. They will come back one day. And again, the area is so huge, and if you look at the size of the Sabi Sands, but even though lines are territorial, and with the conflict between the different collision of lines, I mean that it has caused an impact onto the many different part of lines within the Sabi Sands. So the whole of Sabi Sand is roughly about 65,000 hectares, and then including the Greater Kruger National Park, that's millions and millions of acres. So the lines can be anywhere within the territories and within the home ranges. But in the northern part of the Sabi Sand, due to the low density and concentration of lines, and they obviously have a very, very large territories compared to the southern part of the Sabi Sand, where there's a very, very high density and concentration of lines and lapids. Road block in the middle of nowhere. So we have a bit of a traffic jam here. Here we got the zebras. Yeah, for the moving on, but yeah, he's just repositioning himself. There goes the female. I'm sure he was a fella. Cool. Bananas. It is very, very hot out here this afternoon. It's a baby zebra around the corner. Hello, baby zebra. Let's quickly take a look at this zebra fowl. Here you go. I missed that. Go again, Tara. Hi Ruth, good afternoon to you. Ruth is asking about the zebra standing head to toes. If they do find it very funny. You'll often find zebras standing head to toe like that, especially when they're resting during the day in some shade. just to, I think they just help each other to keep the flies away from one another's face. They're just standing from head to toe, and also maintaining the safety. So you watch my back and I'll watch yours, or scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. So I think that is the major reason why they stand in that particular position. Now, many years ago, the local people used to call that kind of position kappa. Remember that? Like sitting back to back, like watching different directions. Kappa, K-A-P-P-A-P-A.
Sure, it sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
Kappa, yeah, kappa. That's kappa position. K-A-P-P-A. And there was a picture of it, for two people sitting back to back. Alrighty, shall we move on? Rock and roll. Summer's just around the corner. Just around the corner. We're in spring at the moment. Summer just around the corner. It gets extremely hot during summer. And sometimes the temperature will rise up to 40 or just over 40 degrees. And we have both dry heat and humidity. And it rains and rains and rains, sometimes for days, sometimes for a week. Persistent rain. Sometimes it doesn't rain for the whole of 2 weeks, or the whole 1 week doesn't rain. The weather in South Africa is very, very unpredictable, so you can't really say what tomorrow is going to be like. One moment it'll be cloudy, and an hour after that it'll be clear, African sky blue. Sometimes it rains or get cold. So wow. And some days and it will be nice and clear, here in the Laurveld, and it's pouring in the rain in the Highveld, which is just the west of Drakensberg mountain ranges. There's this area where we are, just the east of Drakensberg mountain ranges is called the Laurveld, is the western part of the mountains, all the way to Johannesburg. It's called the Highveld due to the low and the high rainfall during summertime. Obviously, we have the lower rainfall in this part of the country, and a very high rainfall around Johannesburg. The Ganda tractor, yeah. Das ist my gents. Driving am start them all. Oh, cool bananas. Good job, guys. Good job. Now the 3-house dam wall is fixed now. Put the gravel on it and they compacted it nicely with the tractor. It's drivable now. It was very narrow at one stage. You couldn't drive over the dam wall from one side to other because it was very narrow, especially in the middle. Now it's accessible. Stuff. Okay, nothing at 3-house dam so far, just the habited guys fixing the dam wall. Where do we go next? Pindats. I'm just gonna check around the dams for the first 1 hour, 1.5 hours or so, and see what we can find. We're just going to do the Elephant Skull Road. Elephant Skull Road. Remember, I told you about a week ago that this name that we are driving now is named after the elephant bull that died somewhere along this Rhenish line here many years ago. other day I found the shoulder blade bone lying on drainage line north of Twin Dams. That's obviously from the elephant bull that died along the drainage line here many years ago. Evidently there was some elephants at Gari Dam area this morning, and they headed east away from the dam. So I'm going to try and follow up on them a little bit later this afternoon. Check this leopard's country. Dry river beds. Nice and cool down here. All the big trees growing along the dry river bed, they provide a nice shades. Elephant tracks here. Still there? Cool.
Hi everybody, this is Time Final Control. As you can see, we're having a couple of issues with the sound there, so we're just going to quickly let Herman sort it out, and hopefully we'll be back on the Gunda very shortly.
चलो आरती इसे इतना गाना
Okay, folks, welcome back on the Gunda. We're still sitting here with a group of Dawaballs chilling out at Twin Dams. Just a few of them standing up. The rest of them are lying down and busy chewing the cud. It's a typical Buffalo Bulls behavior. to lie down, conserve the energy, and chew the cud at the same time. This other one also going down. There we go. It's been a long day. So, having a nice stretch. I think the Darabas have got a great life, yeah. But despite the fact that the biggest target to part of lions, just chilling out in the shallow water during the day. And as soon as the temperature starts rising in the mornings, and the Dagaboys will come down to the dams and lie down in the water until late afternoon. Sometimes they'll chill out in the water until 5:30, and wait for the temperature to drop them so that they can move up into the high ground to graze before midnight. Because they also sleep during the night, the buffaloes. And being patient like this doesn't necessarily mean that they wouldn't have an opportunity to mate. So if the breeding head of buffalo comes through in the area, and they may mate with them if they will have a chance to do so. But they wouldn't go after the females to mate or try and follow the breeding head of buffalo, because at this age, and they can hardly keep up with the a breeding head.
So can you maybe go a little bit forward?
Okay, let's just try and get a little bit closer to them. Try. Two woolly stocks again, but fortunately they are taking off. I don't want to get too close to them, I don't want to bother them. For those who have just tuned in this afternoon, and we are live from Juma Game Reserve in the Sabi Sands. And my name is Patrick, presenting this afternoon. Hammond on camera and terrain final controls. So if you would like to send in any question, you can send it to final control at safari.tv, and I will answer it to the best of my knowledge, live on air. This guy is staring at Hammond behind the camera. This is like who's watching who. Alrighty. All
right. What?
From. Okay, folks, we're going to be leaving these guys to themselves in peace. And let's go look for something else. Elsewhere. Ruth again wants to know what is my favorite animal. Favorite animal. Can you guess, Ruth? Just take a guess first before I can tell you what is my favorite animal. If you've been watching Safari TV for a while, and you might be able to know what is my favorite animal. Baboon pen is completely dry, not even a single drop of water there. Yeah, we are currently on Gowrie Main Road, heading east. We're going to go all the way to our eastern boundary. We're going to cut along Laidwood Drive Road. Good afternoon, Patrick here from Safari TV Mobile. Mr. Dagabo is lying up at Treehouse Dam, but other than that it's quite so far. No, there's a negative, no sign of Ingwe, Gonza so far. We did Treehouse Dam, Twin Dams. The buffs are actually at Twin Dams. Yeah, I'll give you a shout if I pick up anything interesting there. Confirm whereabout was the first thing was spotted this morning? A couple of thanks, Andrea. We're also going to sketch around the area. I am on Laidwood Link, heading east at the moment. That was Andrew from Cheetah Plains or Bush Lodge. They're giving us an update from this morning that Ryan saw a leopard on Mamba Road in junction with Cheetah Cut Line, and leopard headed west into Greenwich Line. And there was also another leopard that was spotted on Whippy Road, and also moved into the Greenwich Line and north of Gowrie Dam. We're going to be scratching around and around. See if we can be lucky with the leopards this afternoon. Perhaps they'll pop out somewhere later this afternoon. Camilla from Brush College School in Illinois wants to know how much does a mature buffalo weigh? The full-grown buffalo bull weighs about 900 kilos. 150 kilos, it's almost a ton, yeah? That's almost 1 ton. Whereas the females obviously weigh a lot more less than males. They weigh about 750 kilos, thereabout. To come back to the question from Ruth earlier about what is my favorite animal. It's an elephant, Ruth. I was waiting for you to get back to me. Elephant is my favorite creature. With so many reasons behind it. They are the gentle giants and very, very intelligent, majestic creatures. I love them. So we are obviously below Cheetah Cut Line junction with Mamba Road. Just on the link road here that goes from the cut line to Mamba Road. So I presume that this is the only drainage line that runs across Mamba Road from Cheetah Cut Line. I presume the leopard went into the drainage line here. This drainage line. So we're not gonna border ourselves, looking for these leopards that went into the drainage line this morning. Generally by this time of the afternoon the leopards are sleeping in some nice shades. Try and come back and have a look around later this afternoon if you can get a chance. Good afternoon, Teresa. Welcome on board. Teresa is asking about the Gari gang if has returned to to Western Gari yet. And she says she has been reading about baboons, saying that baboons can prey upon monkeys, and do the monkeys have a special alarm call if the baboons are going after them? I'd rather know, Teresa. It's maybe interesting if this is a true story. I've never heard of this before. I have seen baboons and monkeys getting along with each other. I've seen them foraging for food together with no conflicts or anything like that. Unless if the baboon is really upset about something and if the monkey comes on its way, then it will kill it. I don't know, but I've never heard of that, as I said, or I've never seen that in my life. And also, I've never heard monkeys alarm calling for baboons' presence or approaching them. And the Gari gang is back in Western Gari. I've seen them on quarantine a couple of days ago. I've also seen them by Gari Dam area. So yeah, they are back. I don't know how long they're going to stay in Western Gari this time. Yeah. Hi Gareth, good afternoon to you and welcome on board. Gareth is asking if a big part of lions attack one of the Dagga boys within the group, will the rest of the Dagga boys defend the victim, like a group of, or like the breeding head of buffalo does? Generally speaking, I've never seen a group of Dagga boys trying to defend the one another from a lion's attack. And I've witnessed a part of lions in the Miette Reserve going after one of the Dagga boys within the group. The rest of the group just ran away. They didn't come back and try and rescue the other Dagga boy that was caught by a crowd of lions. It is different. Maybe they can in a different situation. I don't know, but as I said, I've never seen that. But what I've seen is that the other group, or the rest of the group, made no attempt to protect that particular individual. So generally the Dagga boys will run away and stand and watch from a distance. Go around this way. Riff again. Why do buffalo live in a family group? The buffaloes are gregarious animals by nature, and again as a rule. That's why they live in the family groups, because they have to breed. That is the big reason. And also they have to maintain the safety, just like the other animals do. Your impalas, waterbucks, giraffes, elephants. all about breathing purposes, maintaining the safeties, interacting with each other. Okay, for those who are following us on the map, we are on Guaripen Road. So looking around, good afternoon, Tax, Tambi Daga Boys, Twin Dams, Tin Combis, Euphorbia Roads. Other than that, it's quite a Northern Gallery. I'm on Guaripen Road, heading north towards Persing Dam.
I will be checking around Western Gari and head north.
Nice. Yeah, that's fine. See what I've got here. Can you take a guess what it is? This is one of the succulent plants that we get out here. Just waiting for the gases. So it's wearing a very thick jacket here. It's very, very dense plant. So as the plant gets bigger and also gets dense, and the reason for being as dense as this is to protect it from the fire. Because if it doesn't have this dense outlets, or the jacket, called the jacket, and it can easily bend from the fire. Okay, no answers so far. This is called a baboon's tail, or some other people call it baboon's fins. think he says a snake plant? No. Yeah. Okay. I've already said the name for it. Baboon's tail or baboon fingers. If you look at the shape of the plant itself, and also the leaves, they see, but they've dried at the moment. You can hardly see them on the camera. Look like baboon's tail or fingers. Monkey's tail. You can call it that if you like. So the plant itself is very flammable. That's why it develops this dense barks on the outside of it, as I said, just to protect itself from the fire. If you look at this here, it's coming off very easily. So this is what protects it from the fire. All the stuff here. Yeah. And in summertime, and they produce a very beautiful flowers. I don't know if I will be able to remember until summertime, and then one day I'll stop in and I'll show you.
Why don't we take it with us to camp and we can plant some there?
No, this is dead already. Unless we can get a live one. No, we'll see them, but there are lots of them all over this area here. So when they start flowering, then maybe one of us and will stop and show it to you. It's a very beautiful flowers that they produce in summer. Nice. And interestingly, the local people use this to prevent lightning for the houses. So what they do, and they'll take the plant and then plant them in the gardens around the house to prevent lightning. I don't know how true it is, and there's also the another plant that we get out here called the wild asparagus, and the local people also believe that the particular plant will prevent lightning and even stopping the rain. So if you have a persistent rain and never stops, and then they say they'll go out and then pick the plant and ban it, and if as soon as the smoke spread in the air, and the rain will stop immediately. And also, I don't know, I mean, this is all the beliefs from the Shangan speaking people, who are very, very superstitious people. So we believe into many, many things. And some of the things are true, some aren't true. I don't know, but I wouldn't say they're untrue, but it's something that's just very difficult to believe. I think I saw an elephant. Yeah, it's an elephant. Oh, probably the same one from this morning. Yeah. True. One of the koala down in the drainage line. Nawami, good afternoon. Potato bush. Here it is. I don't know if Herman will be able to zoom into it. This plant. So we are in the right spot for Nawami's request for a potato bush. She has been requesting and requesting for days and days, and we're unable to show it to you. But unfortunately, and I can't jump out of the vehicle because the elephants are right here next to us. But you can pick the leaf, or you break the branch. You won't get that potato smell. I know a lot of people have been trying to do that, they'll break the leaf or a little branch just to try and pick up that smell, but you wouldn't get that smell from the plant itself. And the plant it releases the pheromone to the air after dark, and that's what you smell, which is amazing. Okay, we're back on the Alice. Can you try and go down a bit, Kevin? Can you do? Try and go closer. So is this the same glass that you had this morning?
Yeah, I think so.
The one of the polar?
Yeah, we just saw the one though. The other one was quite big. So we're taking the beating this quite big. So.
Yeah. See, this bull has got the collar. So you do find that individual elephants with collars within the park, which is the part of the research purposes. We were able to track him with that collar, and every now and then they will dot him and do some researches and that kind of thing. Especially the tuskers elephants within the Kruger National Park are collared because they want to be able to track them and check their movement and how far they travel and that kind of thing. It's a very impressive task. So. A couple of days ago, Alex and I saw a large elephant bull with a very nice set of tusks, but he is not collared. Station team are there and low in the drainage line. Just on the Nyala North junction with Guaripen Road, and was static and feeding the drainage line at the moment.
Yeah, Pat, what you got there?
Team are there and low. Tax, what ML have you got there? Copy. Which Madaras are there, Ephraim? Which Madaras are there, Dina? Okay, copy, thanks. This is quite an old elephant bull, yeah. So he will be about 50, 55 years. Remember that elephants live about 65 years in the wild. The two fractal drangers sitting in the branch above the elephant. They are singing and also flying around and just above the elephant's head to try and get him to move, to flush out some insects for them. Very clever birds, actually.
On Road Junction, south and south, but sometimes I read into the block westerly direction. I'm not going to afford it.
Henry, come back. Which side of the Shibama Road the Gonza is?
Yeah, on Dresden side. If you head towards Shibama Road, then Gonza headed towards the gun. But it's going into the south western direction.
Okay, copy, thanks. Go. Rita, good afternoon. The young bull on the other side is just rock a very big branch of a tree there. Looks like a jacket plums tree. How do you determine the age of the elephant? If you look on the elephant's forehead and there are dents just on the sides of the head, above the eyes, and as the elephant gets older, those dents will also go deeper and deeper. So that is that's the one thing that you can actually look at. And obviously the body size wise can tell you how old or how young the elephant is. And also if you look on under the stomach, the skin, as the elephant gets older, and then the skin will start getting loose and what is the word I'm looking for? The skin overhangs just under the belly. I know many years ago, and the people used to determine the ages by the size of the elephant tusks, but that is not accurate, because the length or the size of the elephant tusk is something to do about genetic. I've seen a very old elephant with very, very small tusks, not even 1 meter long. There are also young elephant bulls have very, very large and impressive tusks. So it is a genetic thing. Did you find them here this morning, Eamon?
Yeah, but
Oh, wow. And obviously they spend a whole day feeding in this area. But the other bull looks like it's been to the water area this afternoon because he's wet. His legs are wet. There you go. Can I go again with that question, Tara? The big bull elephant is slowly feeding. With down a drainage line that comes up bad at the moment. Maybe if we're out of here, then it might be better. Maybe we can try now. Still the same. Sure. The bull elephant is destroying the whole tree on the other side. I heard a very interesting story about the social structure of elephants, especially the older bulls and the younger bulls together. That when the elephant bulls are too old, and the young elephant bulls will help the old ones to push down the trees for them to be able to feed. It is amazing. Very interesting social structure, how they help each other. From the other side, which we can't, maybe we can try to move a little forward. So he wants to push the whole tree down now. He's giving up. The tree is too strong for him to push it down. That is stretching his trunk to reach the branch of the tree there. Wow. And sometimes the bull elephant will push the trees down just for fun. That kind of a behavior is called aggression displacement. There you go. Okay. Maybe there's a better visual from this side. Come. Yeah, folks, for those who have just tuned in, and we are coming to you live from Jima Game Reserve in the Sabi Sense, and my name is Patrick, presenting this afternoon with Hammond on camera and Tara in final control. So if you'd like to ask any question, please feel free to send it to filecontrol@safari.tv. I will answer it live on air for you. Okay, good afternoon to you, Ozzy. Ozzy is asking how long elephant can live. How much weight-wise can elephant weigh? Sorry, Ozzy. Okay, how much can they lift with the trunk? The comes. Sorry, Ozzy. How much the elephant can lift with the trunks? Oh, I'm not too sure actually how much weight can an elephant lift with the trunk. But if I take it into perspective, I do not think that the elephant can lift anything that weighs more than 25 kg. try and and look it up and see if we can find exactly how much can the elephant lift with the trunk. But, so we are at Belfast Dam at the moment. Just the hippos still chilling out in the water there. Just for the interest sake, folks, they've just located on the 3 cheetahs north of Touchwood Camp, the mother and the 2 youngsters. And unfortunately, they are out of a traversing area. The Touchwood isn't far from us. It's just across our eastern boundary, cheetah cut line. There's also the 3 male lines inside Belfast Hook, also north of us, just across our northern boundary, Belfast Hook Gowrie cut line. And it sounds like the 2 Nkuhuma young males and the other big male line. Probably the Manyeleti male or the Gajima. I mean, I haven't heard about the Gajima Mododas for a very, very long time. I don't know where they are. Maybe up in the north in the Manyeleti Reserve, who knows. And this afternoon I was chatting to a friend of mine who works in the Manyeleti Reserve, and he says the Nkuhuma females have crossed over Manyeleti boundary into Belfast. But we don't see the Nkuhumas, especially the snaggle tube in the cubs. And since she has the cubs, and then we haven't seen her on Western Gowrie, so she doesn't travel as far south as Western Gowrie. So she has spent a lot of time in the Manyeleti Reserve. I think that's where she is raising the cubs up at the moment. So she's trying to keep the cubs away from the Mapojos and the other strange male lines from the Kruger that may move into Manyeleti Reserve. I think she's bringing the cubs into Belfast. There might be a pressure from the other lines in that part of the world, so that's why she's moving into us. Not necessarily us, but into Belfast. Yep. Okay, some information about the buffaloes protecting one another from the lion's attack, and the Lynn saying that they do help one another. And as I said earlier, it just depends on the situation. If the part of lines is trying to go for one individual buffalo within the herd, and then obviously the rest of the buffaloes will turn around and try and rescue that particular buffalo. But on the attack that I have witnessed in the Miet Reserve, the whole part of lines was pinning down the buffalo, and the rest of the Dagabos just they ran and turn around and watch from the distance. Whereas the breeding head of buffaloes is completely different to that. But and I don't know, I mean, it's just things are different in the different areas and again different situations. Like the battle of the Kruger, or the battle in the Kruger, whatever they call it. I mean, that was obviously the breeding head of buffalo that tried to defend the buffalo calf from the part of lines. But yep. Hi Teresa, good afternoon to you once again, and thanks very much for the information about the elephant weightlifting. And she says you can lift about 4 point, what, tell us again? Okay, 4.5% of the body weight. Okay, 4.5% of the body weight, which is about between 200 and 400 kilos. Just listening now which directions the cheetahs are heading. But it sounds like the cheetah youngsters are a bit skittish. It sounds like they are relatively close to Cheetah Katlan or eastern boundary here, so we're just going to keep an ear open and ready just for in case they come across Cheetah Katlan into western Gowrie. Alrighty folks, the hebras aren't doing much, so we're going to be moving on. See what we can find. So we lose the light. So I've learned something new this afternoon from Teresa. Thanks for looking that up. How much weight can the elephant lift? Wow. Very interesting. Hey. Temperature is dropping now. Changing my mind here.
Now this thing comes out now on the boundary. Yeah, when I get to the here, I'll put out there and down the boundary there. I'll take the taking back. The rest of the block, I'll get the liver out. I'll take the
Hi, good afternoon, Brian. This is Patrick from Safari TV. Confirm which directions are they immobile?
They're mobile in a northerly direction. They are just
Gotcha. Cool, thanks very much. Rob? Hi, Ed. Good. And is asking a very interesting question here about the elephants. So how do they choose the mating partner? So do they look at the tusks or the body size wise? What actually influences them? And just to begin with, the elephant bulls know which one is the strongest male that has a right to mate whenever the females come into estrus within the area. So from time to time, they will fight and they will, just to ascertain the dominance among themselves. So whenever the female in the area comes to eaters, and she will send the email to basically to all the males within the area, and that particular male elephant will track her down, and the mating will take place. So I don't think that they are influenced by the tusks or the body size wise, that kind of thing. So it's just the strongest male in the area that has a mating right. But just on that, so if the female happens to come into estrus and the dominant bull elephant isn't around, what will happen then? So I think, and obviously the second in charge or the second strongest elephant bull that will be in the area, and then will obviously mate with that particular female elephant calf. And but obviously the elephant cow wouldn't allow to a young elephant bull to mate with, because it's just not strong enough, and obviously the elephant, it's the same principle of all the animals out here. And they obviously the strongest animal to mate with, just to pass on the good genes into the future, not the weak genes, obviously not. I don't know if I answer your question appropriately, and rhino bull up ahead. Rhino. Hi Rama, good afternoon to you. And Rama is saying that the other day, when we were watching the vultures in the tree, there were a few baboons in the same tree where the vultures was. Are the vultures capable of killing the baboons and feed the chicks in the nest? No, that's a negative, Rama. The vultures are not capable of killing prey for themselves. They obviously rely on on carrion. So there are they feed exclusively on carrion. There's only one vulture that is capable of killing prey. The white-headed vultures. It's even uncommon species that we don't often see it in this part of the world. But not the white-backed vultures. And again, they were not baboons that were sitting below the vulture's nest. They were monkeys. Young bull rhino here. I think I know this guy. I can recognize him with his broken ear. It looks like the same rhino bull that had a fight with the other rhino bull the other day on Central Road in junction with Drakensberg Drive. And no one won the fight. So the